Welcome to GESARA for Dummies. It is the 5th of April 2025. Let's look at today's news from Professor William Liebenberg. Please like, share and subscribe. Join our Telegram group in the comments below. Thank you. Let's go. The GESARA law. The United States government has compiled a list of over 40 South African politicians, cronies, and radical ideologues, each of them under consideration for targeted sanctions. Appreciate what billionaire Rob is saying and doing for South Africa. He is just not informed yet of the Trump-Putin-Xi alliance. Hopes somebody will inform him that Russia and China are not enemies. BRICS GESARA Nations Alliance. BRICS countries meet in Brazil to present digital solutions for sustainable development. Brasilia hosted a seminar on digital initiatives organized by the BRICS Working Group on Information and Communication Technologies, ICT, with the support of the Brazilian Ministry of Communications. The meeting discussed the issues of sustainable development of digital technologies, energy efficiency, and closed-cycle economy. The Brazilian side at the seminar presented an emergency notification system that uses a mobile network to inform the population about natural disasters, even if the phone is in silent mode. China at the meeting shared its experience in implementing low-carbon development standards in ICT. In turn, the South African side emphasized the importance of energy efficiency in 5G networks and presented a study on the topic of circular economy in the telecommunications sector. India and Egypt emphasized digital solutions for early warning of natural disasters. Why is BRICS Plus suddenly running everything? Nations of the group make a significant contribution to crucial sectors of the world economy, and this also increases the group's political role. BRICS Plus collectively represents nearly half of the world's population and is set to overtake the G7 in terms of global GDP share by 2028. The figures underscore the critical role of BRICS in the international arena, showcasing its influence over essential sectors like agriculture, energy, manufacturing, and the extraction of minerals. At the Kazan summit in October 2024, BRICS Plus leaders invited 13 more countries to join as partners. BRICS member states' combined GDP accounts for more than 41% of global GDP. BRICS Plus nations are major players in energy production, with half of the top oil producers being BRICS Plus members and growing. The contribution of BRICS to the global economy is constantly growing. And furthermore, the sectors where the alliance holds strong positions are all crucial, from agriculture and food production to energy. This creates a solid foundation for a steady growth of the political role of the group. Banks and the economy. The banks are in huge trouble. Something is horribly wrong for the banks starting January 2025. They're silver short. Contracts are looking to be in big trouble. On March 14th, the shorts were 24 million plus. Contract. On March 31st, up another 4 million to 28 million short contracts. Approximately 20 times greater than any time in history. At the start of April, they crashed silver, $5 only silver, to get their short position down to where it was 2 weeks ago on March 14th. Energy prices are coming down, the dollar is coming down against the currencies of US trading partners, and interest rates are coming down. These are all stated economic objectives that are part of the transformation into an economy powered by the private sector. Real economic growth. Trump's government overspending and increasing financialization of GDP. Trump's art of the deal tariff strategy is working perfectly. countries now want to cut their tariffs to the US all of a sudden to zero. Trump introduced a new tariff policy, charging other countries half of what they impose on the US, along with a 10% baseline tariff. The goal is to encourage other nations to agree to zero tariffs in exchange for the US doing the same. Trump emphasized that tariffs provide significant leverage in trade negotiations and claimed that other countries are responding positively. The US stock market experienced a significant drop following the announcement, but Trump remains firm in his approach. And sure enough, the president posted on Truth Social Friday, "I just had a very productive call with Tu Lam, General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam, who told me that Vietnam wants to cut their tariffs down to zero if they are able to make an agreement with the US. I thanked him on behalf of our country, and said I look forward to a meeting in the near future." Argentina, under the leadership of President Javier Milei, is reportedly in negotiations to be the first country to have zero reciprocal tariffs with the US. According to the Trump administration, it currently charges 10% on imported US goods and is slated to be charged 10% in return. Further, ahead of Trump's tariff announcement, Israel said it will be removing all remaining tariffs on US goods, Fox Business reported. Israel charges 33% on some US imports, according to the Trump administration, and the president plans to charge 17% in return. Gutierrez argued that Trump will likely want to keep in place the 10% across-the-board tariff as a revenue generator, at least in most cases, while the higher reciprocal tariffs on dozens of countries will go away as they lower their import duties on US goods. Let's look at that last statement above. In order for income taxes to go away, something has to take its place. These tariffs would remain in order to generate income for the US. There has to be some source of income, revenue for the country to continue paying its bills and trading with the world. There simply has to be. In this instance, the 10% flat tariff would remain in place, while select countries, those who come to the bargaining table, can form new trade agreements in which the zero tariff policy may work. This will force South Africa's corrupt government to come and beg at the table to renew the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, before it expires coming September. With this, Trump can force them to treat all their citizens fairly by scrapping all 140-plus black empowerment laws and giving the Afrikaners their agreed 1994 Afrikaner Accord homeland. But, we all know these tariff trade agreements take time, so, in the meantime, continue to expect a roller coaster in the markets. Tariffs led to trade agreements, which led to currency revaluation, which led to the global currency reset, which is knocking on the door. The proof, the 10-year Treasury just slipped under 4%, the exact range insiders hinted would trigger the sovereign debt refi. This was the play all along. Tariffs crush inflation expectations. Yields fall. Stocks correct. Fed gets cover to pivot. Treasury refuses at lower cost short-term pain, long-term gain. And now we wait for trade deal rollbacks, selective rate cuts, capital rotation into real assets. The realignment is almost complete. Payment systems. US debt is climbing, and gold reserves are rising. Expect regulatory frameworks for asset-backed stablecoins to fall into place. This is the future of convertible digital money. Ripple and XRP are leading the way. RV then to follow regulatory approvals. Elon Musk's $104 billion XRP investment, breaking down the potential game changer. Key highlights: $104 billion investment. Elon Musk is reportedly considering a massive investment in XRP to integrate it into X, formerly Twitter, for payments. The day he bought Twitter, I told you he is going to turn it into a one-stop shop for news streaming to your bank in one app. It is unfolding. XRP Ledger's strength. The XRP Ledger already handles $1 trillion in DeFi transactions, making it a scalable solution for global payments. Market impact. Analysts speculate this could propel XRP's price to new highs. With the CTF token, a top DeFi token on XRPL, also poised for gains. Regulatory and adoption boost. A Musk-Ripple partnership could accelerate institutional adoption and resolve lingering SEC concerns. Currency wars. Think logically. Tariffs raise prices once and then they settle. This is the alliance system. Inflation is when prices keep rising. This is the Cabal system. Tariffs are a price shock. Inflation is a failure of monetary policy. Tariffs demand taxes from external clients and free the country's citizens from internal taxes. The IRS demands illegal internal taxes from its own people and forces them into cabal-induced slavery. The monetary gold standard force level playing fields in trading and currency values. The Cabal Fiat monetary system manipulates trading and currency values. The gold standard and tariffs anchor strong alliances and ensure security and peace among nations. The Cabal's fiat currency system and inflation force wars and manipulation. Only the stupid manipulated liberals desire the latter, and the Cabal is gaslighting their easy manipulated sheeple to believe their lies concerning tariffs. That sums up your Sunday news. Have a great week. See you tomorrow.